we're already on. Yeah, we're on live on Periscope. So there we go. This is, of course, we're live from the 99.5 Play FM booth, and I got FilipinoChamp with me.
Hey, how's it going?
So, yes, I never thought that this would actually happen tonight, but I'm interviewing him for Rev Major 2018. That's happening this weekend. It's only going to be for a few minutes, but hey, it's going to be fun. And besides, 5 minutes is already a lot of time for radio.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
So, yeah, glad to have you here, and, yeah. Okay, just a recap on events, because something really interesting happened before we even went on air, and right when Ryan arrived. I introduced him to one of my coworkers, and they happened to know a mutual friend.
Yes, it was John D. John D, VP of Capcom. So.
And for the better part of an hour now, they've actually just been exchanging stories while I'm sitting here running my radio show.
Yeah, it's such a small world. I really didn't expect like somebody that I know in the States, someone close to, and somebody here in the Philippines who they actually went to the same school together. So it's such a cool story, in my opinion. So.
That was nuts. And of course, one of my other coworkers, hi Renzo, I hope you can still tune in. But yeah, my coworker and friend Renzo basically freaked out the moment that you stepped into the booth. See, you got fans here, and it's really cool that you're here because yeah, our audience is generally young.
Sure.
Pretty much the same age range as your fan base, so that's really cool too. So yeah, we're gonna go live in about. We're gonna go live on air. All right, This is Philippine radio that we're gonna be talking over in about 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, just headsets on. I'll fix your mic as we go along, but first I need to do a time check. Station of the new generation, 99.5 Play FM. You're still here on the bonus stage, and it is 9:42 in the evening. Time check brought to you by Samsung TV's anniversary series celebrating 20 years of TV innovation, and by Ating Tagumpay, a new Emperador anthem sung by Coco Martin for the global Filipino. Drink responsibly. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a really special night here on the bonus stage, and okay, full disclosure, definitely one of my dream interviews to have on this very show. So may I welcome into the booth, you may know him as Ryan Ramirez, but you know him as FilipinoChamp.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
So, yes, thank you for making it to the show. I know the weather outside is terrible, but yes, welcome. I wouldn't say welcome to the Philippines, more like welcome back.
Dude, this is my home. This is my home. I'm a proud Filipino.
Now,
Thank
of course,
you for having me.
hot topic these days, especially online, is something about Pinoy pride. All right, now, of course, someone does something internationally recognized, and we always jump and claim them as our own, even if they're like, what, 1/25th Filipino? That's the case. We just really like that. However, I present to you an example of someone who wears the flag and his country on his sleeve. Come on, it's in his gamer name.
It's my handle, yeah.
It's in his handle. Mm-hmm. All right. So yes, FilipinoChamp. Before anything else, can we know about the origin of that handle?
All right. So when I was in the States, I entered a fighting game tournament for my very first time, and I entered as Ryan Ramirez. But since I'm the only Filipino in a group of friends, and I actually beat the guy who got second in the World Finals, they decided to call me FilipinoChamp. And then so I started entering all the tournaments as FilipinoChamp. And then I became the world champion at EVO, and I won multiple tournaments, all over North America. And Philippines decided to invite me here in the country to actually earn my name, to be sanctioned as the true FilipinoChamp of fighting games. So they hosted an event called Homecoming in Eastwood, Makati, and it was hosted by XSplit. And I played the best players in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Street Fighter 4. And I had to beat both of them to be called FilipinoChamp and to be officially sanctioned. So my name is actually official, and I'm very proud Filipino. I can't stress it enough, like, to tell people, like, dude, there's, like, the Philippines is the best country in the world. I love it. Even sure, I'm American, but, I was born in the Philippines, and I'm a proud Filipino. My grandma told me to never forget where you're from, so I always kept that in my heart.
That is really cool. And, of course, you're known for, of course, the Versus Series, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 in
Sure.
particular. You were the 2012 champion, right?
Yeah.
So that was amazing. I did watch that top 8. It was grueling, but hey, you pulled through.
Yeah, pull through.
And of course, you made top 8 Street Fighter 5 Evo last year.
Yeah, so last year I got 7th out of like 2,500. This year I got 9th. But then almost every year I always get 3rd, 4th, 5th in the top 8 before Marvel vs. Capcom 3, except for 1 year. So it was like I'm quite consistent, and I've won like multiple events to the span of like 6, 7 years, probably like over 50 events already. So I'm pretty happy with my accomplishments, so I'm happy that I still get so much support from the Filipino fans. Even though I'm there in the States, I still get DMs, I still get tweets from them or messages on Facebook, and I'm really happy that I'm able to inspire a lot of Filipinos all over the world.
I'm one of them. I'll say it right now. Okay, so let's talk about why the real reason that you're actually here, which is Rev Major 2018, basically the Philippines' largest fighting game event, and
Yes.
I believe that, yes, you will be competing.
Yeah, so actually, Rev Major is the very first event that I'm going to attend to compete in an actual tournament in the Philippines. It's my very first event. So it's something special to me. And also, since it's the biggest and most fans are going to be there, man, I can't miss that. I'm actually missing 2 premier events in the States just to attend this one. That's how important it is for me to be here. And
So this is a sort of homecoming for you.
yeah, absolutely. And I missed Manila Cup last year, but this time it's like, I'm not gonna miss Rev Major plus the playbook guys. Kuya Richard, man, they're awesome. Kuya Ron, man, they're just amazing people. They made sure my stay here in the Philippines is just absolutely like there's no stress. They just took care of me and took me around, made sure my stay and the trip. I got nothing to ask for. So shout outs to Playbook and Kuya Ron and Kuya Richard and all those guys. They made everything possible for me.
That's cool. That's cool. So you've, of course, been here to the Philippines a couple of times, and what can you say about the fighting game community here in general? What have you been seeing in it? Is there any potential?
Oh, dude. The one thing that I know that the Filipino community got potential is that they got that passion, that fire in their heart. Like they're just like a bunch of fighters, and I just need to extract that from them. Like I want to find the next Filipino champ. I want to find that person. I want somebody to carry the Filipino flag for the next 20 years. Another one. And I feel like the Filipino community, we just all need to train together. We all need to work together as a country, as a unit. And there shouldn't be any drama. There shouldn't be any politics. There shouldn't be any cliques. Let's eliminate all of that. Let's all work together and train in one area. Let's all work together, because look at Japan, look at Korea, the way they succeeded in esports if they all work together and train. Why can't us Filipinos do that and succeed together and represent our country all over the world? Like I've been doing it for the last 10 years, and I feel like I've done quite okay, but I feel like there's a lot more of me, I feel like they would know more about Philippines, and I'm really looking forward to that.
So thank you so much for helping out with that. And there definitely is potential in the Filipino FGC, and you've probably already realized it by now, but the Philippines is pretty much Tekken country.
Yeah, dude, amazing. Dude, I talked to the best players of Tekken, like JDCR and Saint, and I asked them, hey, how's the Tekken players in the Philippines actually? Because I don't really play Tekken, and they're like, dude, they're world class, And then I paid attention, man, that kid AK is just something else. I just wish like they need to talk more. People need to know who they are. Like, I need to see more personality, you know what I mean? Speak up, we already know you whoop ass, for sure. We already know that, but I want to see them, like, actually talk in camera. I want to know about them, what did they eat before they played? Where did they practice? Who's their training partners? How are they doing? How old are you? I want to know all these things.
And besides, esports is a growing industry. It's still pretty much in its infancy here in the Philippines, but there is huge potential for growth, not just in terms of production, but the raw talent that we have here.
Absolutely.
So before we let you go, do you have any advice for any aspiring players, not just fighting game players, but for aspiring esports athletes?
All right. So with my experience, when I was young, I would say like about like 12. I was asked about my titas and my titas, like, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? I told them I want to be a pro gamer, and they all looked at me. I was crazy, and I was in the States. I was like, you don't want to go to school. I didn't go to college, but there was no esports for that moment yet, but I never stopped. I never stopped trying. I never gave up. I made sure that I worked my craft. I was respectful. I worked my back off. I took like I work in retail so I could support myself until I get a sponsor. I really never gave up, man. Like if this is your dream, this is your passion, like don't stop. There will be some ups and downs, but I promise you it's gonna be worth it at the end of the day.
Thank you so much.
Hmm.
That was a really good story. And of course, before anything else, where can we find you online?
Dude, you guys can check me out at my Twitter at FChampRyan. So and also my Twitch at twitch.tv/FGTV Live.
So there you have it. Ryan Ramirez, Filipino champ. You're going to see him this weekend competing at Rev
Hmm.
Major 2018.
Hmm.
So thank you so much for being on the show.
Dude, thank you for having me.
So there you have it. Here's more Masa now. This is Complicated on Play FM. And that is pretty much it.
What?